Let's start by establishing the personalities that make up Super Jazz Club. Can you each introduce yourself and what core role you perform in the collective?
So shall we start?
Start from here.
Yeah, I'm Seo. I'm a singer, guitarist, songwriter.
I'm Ansa. I'm an artist, producer, DJ, and director, creative director, SUPERJAZZCLUB.
This is Biko, singer, songwriter, guitarist, member of SUPERJAZZCLUB.
This is Joey, artist, producer, SUPERJAZZCLUB.
My name is Tanner Jackson. I'm an artist and creative director. Yeah.
And I'm Obed, producer, artist, songwriter, SUPERJAZZCLUB.
Who came up with the Super Jazz Club moniker? Where did it come from?
We were all in the room. I just came up with it, but we were all in the room together, just brainstorming names. And jazz was like the one thing that we used to throw around a lot. It's the one thing that was also common because we all kind of liked it as a music genre. So it just kind of signified something that was epic. And so when we wanted to pick a name, it was like Super Jazz, like Super Epic Club. And that was what Super Jazz Club is. But I think that fast forward, it has also grown to mean different things for us. And it's like, it just like jazz allows you to like improvise and experiment. That's basically what we've been doing so far on this journey, just experimenting and figuring out what works and what doesn't.
Within the collective, who is the leader? Is there even a leader within your collective, or are you all a core part?
I think we don't have a leader, we have teams, and then we have like team leads. So it's like visuals, we have somebody that will be a team lead there, we have maybe business, we have people that are going to, so we just have like different teams and then different team leads.
That's a good point, because it's beyond the 7 or 8 of you. There's also visual artists, directors, all part of the experience. Some of them are here, but yeah, you can shout out the other ones.
Cozy's here. Cozy's a close collaborator. He's done most of the visuals that we've released so far, so yeah, that's one.
Because there are so many of you, how do you go about plotting the voices, the cadences in your songs?
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to whatever is best for the record. And so what we normally do is just try, pick up one individual, put them on a song, another, and then it's like a puzzle. So just putting it all together and see which one sticks. That's how we normally do it. Yeah.
Equally, the production is such an important part of Super Jazz Club. The producers here, what's your process? How do you go about executing an idea and bringing it to life?
I think for me, it's mostly just like following a feeling. So when I want to make a song or when I want to write a song, it's just basically what comes to me naturally and what melodies I'm feeling, what drum patterns I'm feeling. And I don't really have like a specific process that I'm going to do this and do that and do that. It's just basically sitting down and figuring out, okay, maybe today I want a bounce like this, or I want a rhythm like that, and then I'll go for it. And maybe the other day I'm feeling like making something really slow. So it's just basically how I'm feeling in the day, and that will most likely determine what I will produce and what I will make.
I mean, it's quite hard to define a Super Jazz Club track because you have the up-tempos, but then you've also got the quieter, more introspective tracks. In terms of influences, who are your influences? Who do you lean on musically?
We're listening to a lot of Pharrell and a lot of Ghanaian, old Ghanaian music, and music that you consider like a classic to learn something from. And also we listen to a lot of K-Tronada. I mean, we pick the bounce from, we get inspired by the bounces we hear. So it's not one specific place and genre of music that we get inspired by. But whenever somebody feels like they bump into something great, incredible to share, they do, and then we sometimes get inspired by that.
in your songs, you disregard like conventions. You talk about youth and like disillusioned youth. Could you break down what you're reacting to in your songs? Like, what do you most want to communicate?
I think that's a good question.
Take your time.
For me, it's just freedom. Just being able to have no boundaries in whatever that you do. I feel like your imagination is like one of the most powerful things that you can have to create things. So it's just basically the messages for me that I usually like to communicate is just pushing people to just be free and just try things, you know, just let yourself be and try things, experience things, and just be, basically. For me, it's mostly about freedom.
What do you think makes a Super Jazz Club track unique and different to what's out there? Because obviously you're not just an Afrobeats collective. You're far from that. You do so much. But yeah, if you had to pinpoint what makes you unique, what would you say?
I think it's just us, like who we are, basically. I feel like that's the core thing. That's what makes us unique. We're all very different people. We like different things, and even though maybe I might like things that may be similar to some other person, just the parents of me with her, me with him, or him with that, it's just like multiple variations, and that comes out different each time we get into the studio to make music or to make visuals or to design clothes or whatever. And I think that's the central part of what makes us unique. It's basically who we are.
Do you have disagreements?
A lot. Yes.
Fights?
Yes. I think it's normal. It's not necessarily like fights. It's just like it's like 7 of us. There's definitely going to be points where we all have like different opinions on certain things. And for us, I think the central thing is knowing that the goal is to get beyond those varying opinions and to like get to one solution. So if we are all having different opinions, we just look at it and look at what works best for the collective first, and then we go that way.
In 2020, you released your debut project, For All the Good Times. So this was a precursor to the more experimental sound you have now. What did that project entail? What did it represent in terms of a collection of songs?
Yeah, I feel like for me, it was just us trying to like connect to the audience in, per se, maybe in Africa. Just to say that because before For All the Good Times, we had a couple records which were like R&B, ballads, hip hop, and so we were just trying to tell the audience that hey, we can actually make an maybe quote unquote Afrobeat project, but still make it in our own way, and so that's why we made For All the Good Times.
In my introduction to Super Jazz Club was the track Mad. So this was like quite a bossa nova infused track, and it felt like summer in song. But you also explored like the dark side of like the human condition, and that's something that I think is powerful about Super Jazz Club, is the contrast. But how did Mad come to be? What was the impetus behind Mad?
What was the inputs?
Impetus, like the inspiration.
Okay. Yeah. We set up a writing camp, and Mad was the very first record we made. It just came together like naturally. I remember, a little bit of Joey picking up the guitar, and I had a lot of like a bossa nova vibe in the hole, and I was like, this is quite great. And so later on, Sayo worked on verses, and then it came together, and it was pretty easy to make as a record compared to other records we made, and the success, that Mad like kind of like got. So
Yeah, I feel like for me also, it's just I was just trying to hear myself a lot more, because like those chords that I played are like some of my favorite chords of all time, and so I was like, okay, I need to find a way to keep coming back to this. It's easily one of my favorite songs of all time, and I feel like in execution I was able to do that, and so that's how we came up with that.
I mean, we're seeing Super Jazz Club garner a fan base in places like London, but also Paris. You've been there lately. What's your experience like with the different audiences there?
I think Paris is nice first to begin with. Yeah, but I think that over the last few months we've realized that there's lots of people that listen to our music over there, and it's just a mix of, like, you look at the demographic and it's just a mix of different people. So it's not maybe certain demographics, just like different people that just connect into it. And obviously coming here as well, we've also noticed the same thing. So it's just, I feel like the music is just being, because I feel like it's a fusion of different things, it's being able to resonate with different people and not just like a specific demographic, I'd say.
Because I think London has been my favorite, because at the point in our performances at Soul House, the audience were actually singing the lyrics back. That was when I knew that, oh, these guys are actually paying attention. Every other city has been incredible, but I feel like London for me has been exceptional, you know.
I mean, you draw on like UK electronic artists and artists from the club spectrum as well. Which UK artists, like in electronic music, but also beyond, who are you enjoying right now? Subtract. Yes. So I interviewed Subtract a couple of weeks ago. I finally found out that he was Asian. So I was happy.
Yes.
It's a good one. Who else?
Me, Kike Lomo, the DJ, she's sick. Yeah. Also, Louis Culture is sick. Love Louis Culture. I think Rachel Chinori is fine as well.
So you're clued up with the UK.
you said producer.
Say again?
I thought you said producer. So you
Producers, artists.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
got
I mean,
you,
you've given a really good.
Oh, King Cruel also.
King Cruel.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
King
yeah,
Cruel, King Cruel. Watch out, something happened with Clash. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you've been drip feeding releases in Act. So in Act 2, we had the tracks 3 in the Morning and Wicked. So again, 2 tonally different tracks. Talk me through the creation of Act 2 and why you put these 2 tracks together.
Right. I think Act 2 started with 3 in the Morning. It's a song that we made with Kike Lomo. She played at a party in Accra, and she just like played this jungle remix of, I think it was a Brentfire song, and it really hit me that night. Somebody walked up to me. She had played a Super Jazz Club song first and then played that remix later, and somebody walked up to me and asked me if that was a Super Jazz Club song, and I was like, nah. But then as soon as he walked out, I was like, yo, why not? I mean, we could make something like that. So I spoke to her. She came through to the studio. She helped us with the whole drum and bass, everything. She did some writing, did some melodies as well. And basically we recorded it there between the studio we have in Accra and then I think at the skate park as well. And then we also had 95 Anthony, who is also an incredible artist, who also joined us for that song. So that's it for 3 in the Morning. Anybody wants to talk about Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked. Thank you, man.
Honestly, I'm gonna speak on the production for Wicked.
That was unexpected.
I actually made Wicked in the span of like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was super quick in the last December, I think, and then I just sent it over to Ansan. Or maybe we're in the same space.
Yeah.
You sent it over to me though.
Yeah, I sent it to him as well. I think I sent, when I make something, I just send it to everybody to just try things, like I said initially. So
You send it to get feedback.
feedback and then maybe lyrical ideas as well and melodies. Yeah, it was super quick and just took off from there.
It was one of the fastest records we've ever made because we were working on the second record at that time, so we didn't know which was gonna come out first. But then Wicked was done and we put it out. So
It felt like both tracks were tracks that you could dance to, and basically that's what we wanted Act 2 to be. It's kind of like the one that made you dance, because we had been making a lot of like slow tempo, mid-tempo stuff, and we wanted to just like turn up a little bit. But yeah, it's been nice.
And then Act 3 has one of my favorite tracks is Paradise. I particularly love the vocals on this track. This is a real gem in your discography. What were you reckoning with on this track? What are you trying to communicate?
I think on Paradise, basically the message was just asking people to question some of the things that they loved because at that point we were questioning some of the things that we liked, and the line that went like living in an overpriced paradise was basically saying that there could be moments, or you could find yourself in situations where you could be enjoying something. It could be a moment, it could be a person, it could be something in your life, but then you could be paying way too much for. But because it's a space that you feel at home and you love to be, and you ignore some of the price that you have to pay for it. So it's just like basically asking yourself what it was that was your overpriced paradise, and if it was worth living in. And that's where that song came about. Obed, Joey, and we had Danny also join us for that song with the writing. I think it took like about three to 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 Zoom sessions to just finish it
It's a
off.
longer session.
Yeah. There's some sessions over Zoom. There's some of the sessions back at home as well. But yeah, it's also one of my favorite songs as well that we've done so far.
I mean, looking to the future, what can you reveal about what you're working on? Are you working on a longer form project? What can you tease? This is the Clash exclusive, so you've got to say something.
Yep, definitely. Once the tour is over, the plan is to go back and finish some projects that we've already started. Like, we've been on this tour, but we've also been making music on the tour. We've made some very incredible music on this tour. It's been nice. And the plan is to go back home, just finish those songs, and definitely, yeah, there's a project coming soon.
I mean, do you find inspiration on the road? Do you struggle when you're on the road because you're away from family, or is it constantly like a nourishing thing?
I feel like it's both for me. It's both. There are moments where, it's been, just like going to places, experiencing different things, but it's also been moments where it's like, yeah, you miss home and you miss your family, and people that you want to be with, but you can't be with because you're on this trip. And yeah.
Same as well, but I feel like it's just this trip has just been a mix of like eureka moments with like mixed with fatigue. So it's like I'm having the best experiences, but I'm also exhausted. Yeah. So, it's just like a mix of that, but it's still a blessing. So I'm here for it.
It's a lot of moments you can't get up from bed, because you're out late. And London has been incredible. Like, there's so much that we see and makes us want to kind of like get more into what we're doing already, because when we get into sessions, there's mad energy, and it's the same artists that, come from Accra that are here doing this. It means that we literally got that fire in us. It's not because we're here, So it just amplifies, what exactly that we do back home. So yeah, we love it.
What advice would you give to next-gen African creatives who want to venture outside the mainstream? How do they go about not compromising their integrity? Do you have a blueprint?
Don't listen to anybody and keep on being delusional.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anybody and keep on being delusional.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
If your idea is not crazy, scratch that. Yeah. If the idea is basic or it's not, doesn't make people call you insane, it's not a great idea. Yeah.
For me, I feel like just like be honest with yourself, because for me, it's like if I really want to do something and I don't try to do it, it will eat me up. Like, it will follow me at night. So if it's something that you're really passionate about, just be honest with yourself and just like follow it, and just see where it takes you.